Hey guys, I'm really excited to share something I just figured out today. If you've listened to the podcast or followed our shows at all, you'll know that I have desperately missed the EMI RS124 plugin ever since moving to Pro Tools 11 to a 64-bit format, and I couldn't use 32-bit plugins such as the EMI, as well as URS and some other of my favorites that I used a bunch in the past. Well, today I figured it out. It takes two different programs. They have to work together in sequential steps, but I finally figured out a way to make it work, and super excited to share it with you guys. I hope it'll be useful for you and help you recover some of those plugins that we, spent our hard-earned money on that have just kind of gone by the wayside. So let's dig into it here. The first thing you want to get is called 32 Lives. And after you've downloaded that, you can go ahead and both of these plugins I'm going to mention, you can check out in a demo mode just to make sure it's going to work, exactly for what you need it for. And after you've launched this plugin here, you are going to pick the ones, you can already see here, I've done this previously, it says resurrected, but pick from your list some that say 32-bit only. This time I would like to try to bring back URS Strip Pro Native. So let's click resurrect, and you'll see afterwards it says resurrected. That means it's ready. It has been brought back from the 32-bit graveyard. So the next plugin that you're going to need is the DDMF Meta plugin. Big shout out to Dave Pensado for putting out a inside the layer on this one that let me know about it. So I actually started with this plugin, and the problem was, in theory, I thought it would work, but when I would try to load in the RS124, it would give me an error about it being 32-bit, even though apparently it can work with some 32-bit plugins. The deal is with the 32 Lives, it's actually dealing with audio unit plugins. It takes them, scans them in 32-bit format, makes a 64-bit version. So now that we've ran 32 Lives, let's go ahead and open up a session. So I'm opening up one of Steven's songs off his last album that I know I used the RS124 on all over this project. Okay, so now we're in the session, and I've cheated a little bit because I've been playing with this earlier, but what you would do if you were starting from scratch is that, so for instance here, I see that I had the RS124 plugin, and so what I'm going to do in place of that is now go to wrap plugins, and then choose Meta plugin, and so you kind of get this sort of default setting. What you want to do is disconnect the pins because that's the routing there. Then you're going to right click or control click and load the plugin. And where these are located, if it happens to open some other place for you, main system drive, this is on a Mac, library, and audio, plugins, components is where you're going to find your audio units, which are the kind that we need to work with here. And we're going to scroll down, we're going to find the RS124. Okay, so you see here the original, and then you see the X64 letting you know which version the 32 Lives. It's also got the little logo has created. So we're going to load that in. I'm going to route our input here, route that same slot to the output, and since this is a stereo track, we just need to run stereo. So if we hit play here, we should hear some drums coming through. If you double click here, you'll get the actual plugin, and let's make sure it's passing some audio here. The great thing is you've got all the models, all the full feature, turning the super fuse mode on. Everything that was in the original is there. So let's check it out. So I was just checking out there, you can actually bypass just like you would a normal plug-in. So there it is. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I kind of can't believe my eyes. I've gotten so used to working in Pro Tools 11 and now version 12 without this plugin that I just loved, had become a big part of my sound, and it was really a secret weapon that I used all over the place, and just to have it gone all of a sudden was such a weird thing. So seeing it here, I'm just amazed. It works. It hasn't been buggy for me at all. So let's do one thing. Let's try to find a track here. I think on the 2-bus, originally I had the URS Channelstrip Pro. Yeah, sure did there. And let's see if we can get that to open. I haven't tried this yet, so fingers crossed that it will work in the same way. So we're going to load plugin. See if we can find the URS here. There we go. And route our audio. And let's see what happens here. Look at that. Wow. So another plugin back from the dead here, guys. So I hope this is as exciting for you as it is me. It's just been a big thing that, when you've got these plugins that you're so used to using and you're very familiar with. And I mean, when this one came out originally back in the day, it was something crazy like $1,000. So, to be able to just lose those things out of nowhere was kind of hard to swallow. So I hope you guys can find this useful for some plugins you may have missed, and go ahead and check out the Sound Radix 32 Lives, and then go over and check out DDMF Meta plugin. And like I said, you can do a demo of both of those. All they'll do is like the audio cuts out every now and then, but you can go ahead and check it out and fully make sure the plugins that you want to bring back are going to work out for you. So anyway, thanks again. I'm Josh. Thanks for checking this out, and hope you guys find this useful to make some killer music. Take care.